watching this video. I am going to apologize up front for the sound quality, but I think you'll enjoy the video anyways. Bye. So, when I grew up, growing up, I had a lot of issues. I had a lot of anxiety, and there's a reason why I'm sharing this. So I had, and I carried a lot of anxiety in my body, and so, so I pulled my hair. I had trichotillomania, and that happened for a while. I mean, even into my teenage years, I was never treated for it. Just kind of stopped for vanity reasons because as I was losing my hair. I was a thumb sucker, so my teeth, if you see, my teeth are a bit crooked, and again, that carried on even longer into my adulthood. I'm too embarrassed to even tell you when I stopped doing that. And then also I just had different anxious tics, and so I would pick at the skin of my fingers. There were even, points in time where it got to the point where it was bordering on some self-harm. Just trying to see like how much I could take, and that's not the point. So just to kind of give you an idea of my mindset growing up. But like I said, one of the things that I did was I pulled my hair, and part of why I did that was just the sensation of hair. The sensation, like I loved like the sound of it, and this is so weird, but I'm just being honest. The sound of it, like in my between my fingers, and my mom was, and most of the women and men that I grew up with never shaved, so no shaved legs, no shaved armpits, just didn't shave. And I remember when I was little, and I think kids kind of all have like their comfort things that they do. I'm sure there's a psychological reason. So I'm not a psychologist and I'm not a psychiatrist, so I'm sure there's a reason for that, why kids do that. But so for me, it was hair. So I just loved my mom's hair. I just remember that. I loved that about my mom. It just brought me so much comfort. And like I said, no one shaved or anything like that. And I remember thinking it was so beautiful, just so something, like I had no exposure to anything else. And so I just remember feeling like, oh, wow, my mom is so beautiful, and everything about her was beautiful. And I remember thinking, I can't wait to grow up and also be able to have hair under my armpits and stuff like that. And so that was my experience growing up. And then I moved to the U.S. in my latter teen years, and it's just a different culture, And even before moving, just seeing on TV like commercials for razors and things like that. And so I moved here and learned that the standard of beauty here it's very different. And I was already insecure. I was already insecure with my looks and the color of my skin and so many things, even in Jamaica. And so, which is where I'm from, where I grew up. And so I remember just wanting to fit in and wanting to be like everyone else. And I moved here, and I was also a part of, a church here. And so that was sort of my introduction to the culture here, and that was so one of the things I had to say goodbye to was hair. Um, and the other piece that I didn't share was that because I pulled my hair out for so long, it was like there were patches that were missing, and so until I was like 5, I had a shaved head, like had to shave all my hair, and so hair is a big deal. Hair is a big deal. Hair on my head and hair on my body. And the truth is, I'm not a hairy person, so I just don't. My body does not make a lot of hair. It's just not something that, yeah, I'm not hairy. And so when I would see people who had like beautiful hair, like on their forearms, and that would like be long and luscious and luxurious and like, oh, so and typically, people who were that hairy um, were people, Jamaicans who had some mix of Indian in them. So there was like, you know, there were some elements, some social elements there too. So I say all of that to say when I moved here, that completely changed, and hair was like an enemy. The only place you want hair to grow is on your head, sorry. Nowhere else, if you're a woman, should there be hair on your body. And that, I lived that life for so long, buying all the shaving cream and the razor blades and, plucking and threading and tweezing and doing all the things. And then even if you see the hair in my eyebrows, right? It's like thinning, and it's from all the things that I do to make sure that I am not hairy, that I'm not violating the beauty agreement that is the tacit beauty agreement that I gave into when I decided, gosh, I need to fit into this culture. And so I was chatting with a friend the other day, and my friend was just sharing with me this experience. My friend is black, and I do think that, and my friend is older than me as well. So I'm turning 40 this year. My friend is older, but my friend was just sharing with me as a young woman how, and growing up, and not growing up, but being in our church, how she was accosted by these two young white women who basically scolded her for having hairy legs. And it was just such a devastating thing to have happened to you. And I don't recall anything like that happening to me, because I I'm my mind is a bit scientific for a reason. So I study things, and I study culture, um, and a lot of that comes from me wanting to fit in and wanting to, without to minimize shame and rejection as much as possible. And so as my friend was sharing this story with me, yeah, it was really crushing. And so what is my point in saying all of this? What is my point in bringing this up? I'm tired of getting rid of hair, and it's not how I was raised. It's not it wasn't a part of my formative formation, or of my coming into being. It was not what was instilled in me, and yeah, I'm tired of living up to a standard that I don't I don't even think it's that great, to like look bald everywhere on your body, like, I mean, I guess like there's So I don't want to be disparaging. So I guess there's some appeal in that streamlined, sleek look. But then I just think people should express and groom themselves in a way that that is going to be that honors them as a person, and yeah, that they feel great and they feel comfortable with. And so I'm done shaving. I'm not going to shave. I'm not going to shave my armpits. I'm not going to shave my legs. I'm done. Not the shaving industry is not going to get any more money from me. I'm losing enough hair as it is, and I don't want to deliberately remove hair from my body. So yeah, that's what I wanted to come on here and talk about. And I'm sorry if that's offensive to you or offensive to how you were raised. Do what feels right to you, but please keep your comments about me to yourself. And maybe not even keep your comments to yourself. Please feel free to ask me questions, but I can do without the judgment. Really is how I feel. So that is one Black woman's grooming story. If you have thoughts, or if you can relate, or if you cannot relate, I encourage curiosity and wonder over being a know-it-all and judgy, though I myself can be a know-it-all and judgy. And so if I'm being that way, please let me know, so I can do better and be better. But that's my story. Thank you. Bye.